Hello everyone, it's Michael. Welcome back to the channel. In today's video, I'm doing another Palia speed build, and this one is going to be focused on the porch edition that they just added to the game yesterday, and I think it's a really cool, creative option for us to add to either the back of our house, the front of the house, or even the side of the house, just to give us something else to play with, some more creativity to add to our house. And I'm going to go ahead and do a decoration video, one final overall build, and while I'm making the build, I'm going to give you 3 tips and tricks that I think might help unlock some creativity and hopefully give you some cool ideas that you can add to your porch build. So without further ado, let's get right into it. So the first tip that I have for this build, and any build in general, for creating some creative ideas for your porch, is adding some fencing in. I think by now we all know that there's some really cool and creative ways that you can use the fencing to your advantage to really make any kind of build in this game look that much more nicer and a little bit more elevated. And for this one, I'm going to basically just stack all of these posts side by side just to create a more really clean and simple look for this, because I'm gonna actually be adding some items behind this fence, and that's gonna be part of the next tip that I have for you guys. And then once I have the fencing done on the right side, I'm just gonna go ahead and mimic the same thing over on the left side. So I'm gonna quickly speed through that right now. So now that we have the fencing done and it looks pretty nice, we're gonna go ahead and get into the second tip. The second tip or trick or idea that I have for this build is adding some plant life behind the fencing. And that's why I created the fence a little bit more pushed out, and I created the posts just back to back so that you wouldn't see the plants behind the fencing, and you just get the illusion that these plants are growing up from behind the fencing, which I think creates a really nice natural feel, and it looks as if, you know, you have some wild plants growing right behind the fencing, and it makes a really cozy and lived-in feel that I really like to go for in my builds. So that's my next tip, and you can go ahead and add in some of these plants that you can craft. You'll probably have to level up your furniture making a little bit to get all of the different plants that I'm using, but you totally don't have to use these plants. These are just the ones that I'm using, and there's so many different options that you can go ahead and use, since we have a lot of cool plants and shrubbery and cool items that you can craft plant life wise that I think would just work really great here. And again, feel free to experiment and try out different ways and different plants in different areas just to see what you like better and you think looks best for your build. The third and final idea that I have is utilizing the different themed category items that we have and meshing them together. So you don't have to use all log cabin items or all kill 'em in items. Just try to find different items in all of the different categories that blend well together. And another tip is to use a uniform color scheme. For instance, I'm mainly using greens and browns in this build, and using items that all kind of look similar to each other but might not be in the same category really helps to create a uniform and clean build. After placing all those items, I thought the build was looking really good, so I decided to wrap it up from there. Let me know what your favorite tip is from this video and what you're going to be doing with your porch. Are you going to be adding it to the back of your house, the side, the front? And what kind of aesthetic are you going for? Are you going to do the same theme that you're doing inside your house? Are you going for something completely different? Go ahead and leave a comment down below. And if you like this video, don't forget to leave a like because it really helps out my channel. Subscribe if you want to see more videos just like this. And until next time, you guys, I'll see you in the next video. Take care.